Alright, what's up, guys? So, like I have been saying ever since this game has came out, that there's something wrong with this game. And I overall said that if the developers don't pretty much come out with some it shouldn't be considered groundbreaking updates to fix the game. But overall, though, like, yeah, if they didn't come out with no groundbreaking updates before January 1st to fix this game, then I've lost hope for it. And it's one of those games where I'm like, I don't plan on supporting it. I don't plan on playing. Like, yeah, I don't know. So last night, I'm playing the game. And I was doing a race, and then out of nowhere, like, and I was winning the race too. Out of nowhere, it just seemed like that it wasn't even meant for me to win the race. You know, and that's something that I always speak on with racing games, that nobody plays a racing game to lose a race. I get if you're playing it online, but if you're playing it by yourself, I don't think there's not one person in this world that plays a racing game so they can lose a race. I think the objective of the game, yes, is to win a race. I don't know why that's so hard to believe, but anyways, the thing is this though, with the difficulty settings in the game, yeah, they came out with updates talking about they toned down the AI, but I'm like, no, what you guys should have been working on is coming out with a difficulty settings, a slider where I can put the game on easy, medium, hard, very hard, extreme, very easy, you know, no skill whatsoever and stuff with the AIs. Like, they just sit there. But I'm like, overall though, it's like I do want a racing experience, but I also want to get my money's worth. And I feel like I didn't get my money's worth with this game. You know, to have it where it's like, okay, with content wise, like with the racing, I think they have it set up where it's like the more races you do, the more stuff you get to unlock. So I'm like, okay, you know, I don't mind the game not having a whole lot of races. Like, I can, you know, figure it out by overall. But it's like when you're having it to where you have to be a high enough level to unlock upgrades for your car, to just unlock a car, and then gonna have it where it's like I have to have a certain amount of money to even buy a car, and it's like, fam, these are unreasonable prices. You out here charging 12 million for a car, and it's like, bruh, my thing is this: even if it's supposed to be some different, you know, country currency, still, I should be able to make enough money to be able to buy whatever car I want to buy. Not having it where I gotta sit down, grind this game left and right. My thing is this: maybe if you guys wasn't actually trying to scam people and release a full racing game and not some, like, early, and that's the crazy thing about it, is that I look at this like an early access game. And I'm like, fam, I feel like that there have been games, racing games in early access to where it don't play like Test Drive Unlimited. It plays better than Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. But I'm like, man, it really comes off as like I'm playing a early access game. And I'm like, that's not the case. Like, you guys, this isn't your first time releasing a video game. Yeah, people might want to try to come up with every excuse possible on why the game is in the current state that it's in. But I'm like, in this day and age, you should not be releasing, unless you're like an indie developer, like this is your first time working on a major game. My thing is this: if I know that I'm putting out a major video game that's been a part of a major series, I'm hiring developers that know what they're doing. I'm not going to hire developers that don't know what they're doing so they can take the backlash of whatever video game they do decide to put out. So I'm like, there's a lot going on with this game, and me personally, I can't support it. So I did say that I'm like, coming 2025, if they haven't done no update before then to up or fix this game, we need to boycott Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. If you want to continue playing it, you very well can play it. But I would highly recommend, if you want the developers to work on this game, it's probably best that this game is boycotted. Because it don't make sense to me where it's like, this game's been out for months, and you guys have only released what? Was my bad. I was like, I heard something go off, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute, time out. I'm like, I think my fight skills gotta go on. No, my backpack had fell. But anyways, no, overall though, it's like, this game's been out for months, and you guys have only came out with what, a few updates? Nah. I'm like, if there's developers out there that have worked on a video game, because there's the one guy that works on this space game called Spaceborne 2, and that man seems like at one point in time, that guy was releasing updates every day. And I'm like, I think now he done taken a break where he done slowed down because I feel like he done fixed a lot of the bugs that was in that game. But overall, though, it's like if one person can work on updates by themselves, no help. Yeah, he probably is looking up YouTube tutorials and all that other stuff. But it's like you guys can't even come out with updates to fix this game. I'm sorry, but I'm like, I can't support this game no more. So, yeah, I think it's best that, this is a video game we need to leave in 2024. The developers don't care, so why should the audience care? It's like, you guys ain't trying to give us nothing to, accommodate us. You ain't trying to, give us a game that we can actually sit down and play. It's like you wanted to turn this into something that it's not. And I'm like, fam, nobody asked for an online-only video game. Nobody didn't ask to have it where cars is overpriced. You can't win no races unless you have, the fastest cars in the game. And from what I hear, you can have the fastest cars in the game. There are people out there that have sat down, they played this game, and they got the fastest cars, and they still can't win races. And I'm thinking to myself, then what's the point? So that's why I'm like, nah, bro. Until the developers... if you guys want to sit down and play this game, you very well can. But me personally, I'm like, nah. After last night, my experience with this game, and that's just been my experience every time I sit down and play this game where I'm having a bad experience. Overall, this is a video game that doesn't need to carry on into 2025. And the fact that the director, he said that he wants this game to compete with, hold on for a second, because it was Grand Theft Auto 6, the Crew series, and what was it, Forza? Yeah, the Forza series, the Crew series, and the upcoming Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm going to tell you this right now. With Forza Horizon, if you're talking on Forza Horizon 5, with the amount of content that game has, there's no way possible Test Drive can even outside of the DLC content that's in Forza Horizon 5, just the base game without the DLC content, you still can't compete with Forza. And then if we're talking the latest Crew game, the Crew Motorfest, base game can't compete with it. And then when you're including the DLCs, you guys definitely, the only thing that your guys' DLCs provided was cars that I can't even drive yet. And you're talking about you're trying to compete with companies and games where it's like they actually care for their fans. They want their fans to have a good experience. Every time when I played the Crew Motorfest, I never had an issue with playing online. I never had it where I was halfway in the middle of a race and the race just disconnected. Same with Forza Horizon. And Grand Theft Auto 6, the most anticipated game of 2025, and ever since they announced the game. And you guys, honestly, my question is this. When was the last time you guys, if we're just talking on Grand Theft Auto 6, a game that hasn't even came out yet, if we're comparing you two, when was the last time you guys trended every single day for weeks straight? I'm saying it's like I can go on Twitter right now and I guarantee and I promise you Grand Theft Auto 6 is trending for whatever reason. Hold on for a second. Let me check. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But anyways, all right. So this is the one day where it's not trending and stuff. But other than that, I'm like, when was the last time you guys was trending? When was the last? Let's just see where your guys' Steam player count is. Because I'm like, that's something where I feel like that if they do decide to release Grand Theft Auto 6 day one on PC, there's no way possible that you guys is going to be able to compete with them. But anyways, so this is the first time I think I done seen where you guys done broke over 300 in-game players. And all-time peak was 5,000 4 months ago and that was when the game had originally released. And I'm thinking to myself, that's as high as you guys is going to get when it comes to this game. But there's no way, and then the day when they do decide to release Grand Theft Auto 6 on PC, I'm telling you right now, it's you might as well shut down this video game. Because if you guys ain't trying to do nothing to it now, what makes you think that people are going to choose your guys' game over Grand Theft Auto 6? Unless there's people that just don't like Grand Theft Auto as a video game and they're looking for other games to play, those would be the only ones that's actually looking for your game. Other than that, everybody, you're going to have it where there are so many different content creators, gamers that aren't content creators, where they're going to be playing Grand Theft Auto 6. And your game ain't even going to be mentioned. Because it's you guys don't care. You had 4 months to do something with this video game. And you're expecting people to wait. So I go and I'm playing the game last night. And as I'm leaving out that hotel that they spawn you in. And they have this billboard thing that lets you know when the next season is. And it's 70 days from now. And I'm assuming that that's when the next update's going to come out. So you're expecting people to wait 70 days before what? You guys is oh, we're adding neon lights underneath the cars. Oh, we're adding more clothes in the game. We're adding this car and stuff. Oh, we're gonna add a Tesla truck in 2026. It's not worth buying. I'm like, it's like there's so many different video games. You have like games like BeamNG.Drive, where it's like that game's been out for what, and that's a game that's in early access. And you mean to tell me that game plays better, has more content, it's just overall a better game than your guys' game? And you would think that all this time that you guys spent working on this video game, you would have thought that you would have looked at every single open world racing video game that exists, took inspiration from them. If not, sat down and thought, what could we do better than these other games that already exist? What could we do better that's better than BeamNG, The Crew, what else? Grand Theft Auto 5. Even though it ain't really a racing game, but still, they did have like its racing elements. Like, what could we do better? How much content can we add into this game? I'm saying, like, to me, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown should have been one of the biggest games to come out last year, and it wasn't. And I'm like, honestly, to me, that like this has to be probably this has to be like right up there with the day before as one of the biggest letdowns in video game history, at least for the racing fans out there. Because I'm saying, like, from somebody that came from Test Drive Unlimited 2, and then you look at this game in the current state that it's in right now, I'm like, even you guys can't even compete with a game that came out years ago. And it's your video game. So that's why I'm like, yeah, bruh, we got to boycott this game. Because if the developers don't care, why should we care? So anyways, with that being said, I'm saying, because my thing is this. I was getting ready to end the video, but I'm like, you guys know that there are things that the fans want. And it just seems like you just ignore everything that the fans say. So I'm like, if that's the type of game that you're trying to run, where it's like, we're actually trying to help you guys out and you're just going to ignore everything that we say, that's even more so. I have to say that's probably the main reason why we should boycott you guys. When was the last time you acknowledged something that the fans wanted? Because I'm saying, I done made numerous videos about you guys. I haven't heard nothing. So that's why I'm like, nah, bruh. We need to leave Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown in 2024. Because the developers don't care. So why should the fans care? I didn't spend $90 on your guys' game. And it's like, I can't get a game that I can enjoy. Yeah, I'm good. So anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And peace.